So we are on our way to Wyoming, and on the way there we're making a few stops to see the national parks.
They don't stay on the deck, do they?
Them die.
Guess what? That guy's has a name.
What's Mom doing?
I'm putting on my boots. Okay, so we're out here. We're in Wyoming. I was just telling John Mark that it's such a neat feeling to be an out-of-state tag holder. To be from Oregon, to be here in this great blue sky, this endless fields of nothing in Wyoming, and
First day, we come across this billy. I told my husband, no, I haven't seen enough billies to really know, one, what I want, and second, if this is even a shooter for me. So I passed him up. Second day comes around, and by this time I've seen over 100 billies and realized, honey, I should have just shot the one we saw last night. Let's go back to the area that we spotted him at, and let's see if he's still there. With the kids beside us, we made a stalk out there. He was at 600 yards, and when I got on the sticks, got comfortable, got set, he was already, man, he just blew those distance from 600, and he was right on us, like at 200 yards, coming in quicker. So when I fired my shot, it was a 150-yard shot on the sticks, and I shot it super forward, I'm pretty sure both times.
He's dead. He's dead.
I've been putting my hair the whole entire time.
What's up? Get over there by Holly.
Come on over here, you guys.
You can go there, Mackenzie.
Come on, Mackenzie.
Come on, Mackenzie.
So we have my husband's cousin's daughter here, Mackenzie, and my son, and they have been so patient with me yesterday and today. And this is actually Mackenzie's first time out with the hunters going antelope hunting. And she just witnessed her cousin Holly, me, shoot this billy I saw last night, and I had him about the same range I had him just now. But I've never been to Wyoming, and I've never really seen this many antelope with an actual tag in my pocket. So I was super picky, and after seeing like about, I don't know how many antelope, it was too many, I finally realized I should have just shot them last night. But thank God they're very kind of like habit is like the same, and so we went back to where we saw them last night, and sure enough they were feeding back to where they were. So we made a nice little stalk in here with these guys, and my first shot was a little forward, and then I reloaded, and my son is excited. He's like, Mom, I'm losing my patience.
I need
So
to chase it.
the patience is over,
We'll chase it down.
and we have a dead Billy.
My antelope made it into the cooler, and we got into the rig, and we're off glassing for more antelope when we came across this really nice little buck. Moving on, we were trying to get close to this group of antelope that for the last day and a half, if you would barely drive like a mile and they spot you, like this herd of, I don't think there was like 40 of them, would just start taking off to the next, like across the roads, across the fields, like they would just like bomb out of there. Nothing, they did not want nothing to do with you. So we knew that if we were able to find them, we would have to park a ways away, leave our son and Mackenzie in the car, and make a really long stalk. And that's what my husband and we got to do. We spotted them, parked the rig, and made our hike in, and got close enough for my husband to take a very long shot. Way before John fires his shots, we decided he needs to get in closer. So he makes a stalk in closer. I stay behind, looking through the glass, trying to give him signals, trying to communicate with him. And it's super hard, especially when he loses his eye contacts. And he's so far away that he can't hear me. And I just held my breath and just say, okay, please shoot the one that you want. Oh, that one. Go down.
Just killed one. He's up here. Ended up being like 412 yards or something. So he took 3 shots. Holly got one early this afternoon. And we put a sweet stock on that one, and now we're gonna go get them. So it'll be awesome. It's awesome. Wyoming's so cool. That's pretty sweet. These looks like yours. Little ivory tip action going on here. Cool. Drink, drink, drink.
I just see what this is staring.
With my husband's tag and my tag filled, we had an extra day. So we decided to load up in our Subaru and hit the road. And we came to Devil's Tower, which was super awesome, very neat. Kids really loved just getting out of the car and actually getting out of the car and walking instead of being cooped up and looking for antelope or just cooped up and driving long distance from Oregon. And then we made it to South Dakota where we saw the presidents. You gotta love homeschooling, and we've been doing it for 4 years. And I love taking my kids, going and seeing some really neat places. So we got to do that. Then we're at Uncle Frank's place, picking up his quad to take up to the mountain with us. And Uncle Brian here is loading it up on the trailer.
See Sono tomorrow. Get your heart out tomorrow. You gotta bounce them off over there. Go kick your shoes over there.
Go like this. So for me, I had the mule deer tag, and my husband was with me, running the quad for me, glassing with me. We were also part of a family group, and so some of them had some cow tags, some deer tags, so there was a few to be filled. So we just had a good time, just following the group to where they know the area and to help them out. And oh my goodness, the face covering is a must. I am not used to all that wind and that cold of environment. Like, we get cold, like a different type of cold in Oregon. It's a super damp, chill to your bone. It's kind of hard for me to explain Wyoming. Wyoming is gorgeous in all of its diverse conditions, but I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much as I did without my face covering. So that's a lot of praise to that piece of equipment that I had. So earlier this morning, on the first day of the opener of deer season, our uncle, trying to get out the quads, really hurt himself. And so the plan was to go mule deer hunting in the morning, but because of the incident, we decided to go and help those with the cow elk tag to help them find some elk in the timber and kind of do a little like timber run through. So my husband and I are following some cow tracks.
Really that fresh other than the snow in them from this morning. Yeah, this morning's, but they already had snow in them until we bumped them out like that. It's like a softball. He's going. There's no snow. We're in a bush right to Brian and Adam. They're gonna be shooting away here. It looks like there's probably like, I don't know, 5 to 6. There they are right here. At least
As we were walking, we did softly bump them out of their beds, and they made it to what we believe is the edge of the timber, which are the tracks indicated. Kind of didn't want to go out in the open, and I wouldn't if I were the elk, but they did a 360 and they ran through the timber and out of sight. So not all plans always go together, and they never really end up the way that you hope they would.
they hit right here and turn and burn back in. I didn't have that much faith that the sun was actually going to come out.
Yeah, right. Y'all guys could see it, but it was snowing. I could barely see the trees. It was so smart.
Just now?
Or while y'all were in the timber.
Oh, really? No, we were in the timber. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Still hot.
Once I get cooking, I'm in trouble. It's hard to cool it back down.
So here's our group. We're all smiling, but poor Uncle Brian in the middle has really severely tweaked his back. So some of us decided to take him off the mountain down into town to the hospital to get him checked out and evaluated. And we went with our other cousin from Wyoming, and he took us over to what's called the South Side. And we're looking and glassing for bucks. And we do spot a group. It was our only group of bucks that we spotted that first day. And there was some really, really nasty weather coming in, and for the next 48 hours, it's supposed to dump 10 to 12 inches down below the mountain. So it's supposed to be almost like whiteout conditions for us coming the second day in the morning. So I was kind of not wanting to be out there in that weather. When I saw this 3-point, I was pretty smitten with him. I, for some reason, just love the looks of 3-point bucks.
Did you see him, Tommy? He's behind the big tree to the right. That's a different one. You're low. Well, you hit him, but.
So John and I grab my gun, we drop our packs, and we scramble down and then up this little ridge finger to a spot where we end up being just under 200 yards away, and we have a better view of the buck. And so I was able to then fire a second shot, and then that was lights out. Then we went back, got our packs, and then Tommy, our cousin, came over with us and helped field dressed this really pretty buck. So I was super jazzed, super excited, like I'm done. No more in this Wyoming cold. I think I just need to search for better pants. But it was awesome, and glad we shot it when we did, because we really needed to get off the mountain. The south side might have been sunny and gorgeous, but by the time we kind of rolled up to the top, it was getting pretty ugly.
Oh, that was cold. That's a cold chili burger.
So we just made it back to our car. The weather was supposed to clear up today. But I got my buck. Load up the last quad, but I got my first mule deer, and I'm totally happy and stoked about it. It's a little bit of a shot, not too bad. 430 yards, I believe, and my gun has just been shooting a little low. Just in case I make a video. Yeah, my face is all red. Totally windburned, but we're making our way out, and we got our cousin from Wyoming. We're following him down the mountain in our uncle's truck with all of his ATVs in the back. He unfortunately had a mishap getting the ATVs out of the trailer and hurt himself. So
He took it out for the first until after lunchtime.
So that was early this morning, and he took some Tylenol and toughed it out. So they took our uncle down to the town below the mountain, and he went to the ER to get some x-rays, and they're going to get him some medication, and then they're bringing him back up to the lodge. So I don't know if he's going to be all gung-ho to come back out on the ATVs tomorrow. I think he should probably take it easy, but we'll see when we get down off the mountain. It's just kind of just dumped quite a bit of snow and snow drifts. So we're really super happy that we're following the cousin who lives in Wyoming. And he's all chained up and just kind of making a path, blazing a trail for us.
Because otherwise, I think we'd be stuck already.
But my tag's filled.
If I can get on my wheels and get it going again. It's gorgeous out here now.
The snow was so bad on the second day, and by the third day, we're all cooped up, kind of going crazy. So the family decided to get out and have dinner and just play games all day. It was super awesome. And by the fourth day, the car is loaded up and we're ready to go home. So we spent 4 awesome days up on the mountain. And overall, it was just a great, tremendous family road trip.